All right, can everybody hear me? All right. As long as everybody can hear me, that's good. And what's up to Mason and Side Hustler Jay? How y'all doing? Thought about doing something a little more topical, a little more maybe even controversial. We'll see how this goes. Just got home from work and I went to go see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm actually in the process of uploading that to my channel. It's like a reaction. It's on my TikTok currently, but we're going to do that. Give me 1 second. So I've been hearing a lot about the whole Jonah Hill situation, what's been going on as of late. You know, is he a what do you call it, misogynist? Well, I'll answer that question right now. No. Misogynist means, of course, you hate women. And from what I've gathered from the bit of research, and again, this is stuff we've seen from either text messages or reports, all this other stuff. We don't know basically how these people are outside of fucking, besides of what has been shown to us currently. So that is what we know now. But with that being said, and yeah, if you want to check out my thoughts on Mission Impossible, definitely check out the short after we do this. So let's get into it. Let's get into it regarding all this. I have the website ready. If there's no ads. Now, the situation we are talking about is Jonah Hill, primarily his ex, Sarah Brady, who sent screenshots regarding requirements that Jonah Hill had. And we've had a lot of people talking regarding giving their thoughts, men, women, men. And you have one side, you have another side. Talk about how he is emotionally abusive, this, that, and the third. Now, they were together for a little bit. I believe they broke up in 2021. And she's had these for about 2 years now. And now it's just all of a sudden coming forward. And we've been down this road regarding exes from abuse, all that good stuff, who have talked about, who have waited years, maybe even decades to come forward regarding these things. And now with the text messages, is primarily one I'm going to be showcasing in a minute, where you could decide for yourself. And again, I'll put the StreamYard link in a little bit. And if you disagree with any of my viewpoints on this, you're more than happy to come in, as long as you're coming in to discuss the topic at hand. No outside shit, none of that. I'm talking like if you want to come in and give your thoughts on the situation, whether you agree or disagree, that is up to you. So let me share screen. If I can actually do that. Okay, I may not be able to do it from here. So I'm gonna have to go back to what I was looking at previously. I was hoping to just show it here, but let me just do it here. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's go to images. I should have came over prepared, but again, I was doing a reaction at the meantime. All right, so. All right, view image. All right, here we go. All right. Like I said, I'll put the StreamYard link in a little bit. Like I said, if you want to come in and give your thoughts on the whole situation, then you're more than happy to do so. All right. All right, here we go. So this is what Sarah Brady put on her Instagram a little while ago. Apparently. And see, this is the whole thing. Like all this stuff that's been said. Why now? You know, and all that. So anyway. So I'm going to, this is coming from Jonah Hill to Sarah. And I'm going to give my thoughts on each one. Because Sarah Brady is a professional surfer. She's basically a model, surfer, all that good stuff. And so just for clarification for some of these points here. So, and I quote, plain and simple, if you need, again, this is coming from Jonah Hill. Surfing with men. Now, these are things that, you know, regarding boundaries and all that. Surfing with men. Well, to be fair, as a surfer, you are, and even if you're just a casual surfer, you are going to be around men, women, all that good stuff. So that is really, that cannot be, you know, stopped. Let's just be real. Unless he means friends who are men. Boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. That one I agree with. As someone who you are with a romantic relationship with or a marriage or whatnot. And again, I have been in these types of situations where I have experienced from this from the other side, not just the women's side, but the men's side. So let's see. Boundaries. You always have to have boundaries if you're friends with the opposite sex while you are in a relationship. And they need to know that you are in a relationship because let's be honest here. How many of you have female friends that deep down you would kill to fuck or be in a relationship with, knowing that they're in a relationship with somebody? So that to me is completely understandable. You should set boundaries if you're friends with the opposite sex or even same sex, depending on your preference and depending on their preference. You got to have boundaries. You got to respect those boundaries. So with that, we'll go from there. See, to model. Now, if that is the bread and butter, then again, that is her way of making a living. Now, granted, there are other ways to make a living, but if that is her passion, then okay, that one I don't agree with. To post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit. Now, again, her being a surfer. And if to me, I went on her Instagram to verify maybe if there's anything too revealing. Now, let's also remember, because we could see with this that Jonah Hill is a very insecure individual. Now, as somebody who is myself overweight, and as himself used to be overweight, he was a big boy back in the day. I'm sure that like him being undesirable back then to now being a little more desirable by women. And Sarah Brady's a beautiful woman. I could see those old insecurities still flailing up inside of him. So part of me understands his reasoning, but to post sexual pictures. Now, if you're in a open type of situation where, you know, you live off of your sexuality or something, then yeah, again, some of these need more context regarding exactly what. Of course, you're on the miss. Like I'm looking at this from my some of my own past experience. I'll get into that in a little bit regarding that. Okay, so let's go. Friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or some respectful. Okay, you should always have people around you who are stable and who are in a good headspace. I do not disagree with this. And that goes for men as well. That goes for men being around people. Like I want to make sure that people know that I'm also going to be using my own personal experience and my own thing. I have had people who are unstable, and to a degree I still do, but my thing, I've been trying to cut out those people, especially the ones who do not want to help themselves. If they want to try, they fall. As long as they keep trying, I will give them a fair shake. But if they're not going to change, then that's, I don't need that negativity in my life, to be 100% honest with you. So, and I wouldn't want my partner to be in that situation where she is in friends with people who are unstable and who cannot control themselves, who are bad influences, all that good stuff. And he finishes off with saying, I'm not the right person for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it. And there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. Okay. So let's get into it. I don't see, despite a few things that could be tweaked or that I don't agree with, I don't see really anything that much to ask. I'm just going to be 100% honest. And for people to call him a misogynist because of him deciding to give these rules. And again, they aren't things like you have to be like. I made a parody thing a while back where your requirements to date me, yada yada yada. And I said, oh, you have to use your footstool as a thing, like that stuff. He's not asking for a lot. And let's see, case in point, people who cannot control their sexual urges, I don't see safe around people who would fuck anything that moves and not have standards and limitations. Exactly. I wouldn't want somebody to be there like with that where has those types of people around who are unstable individuals where, I know the running joke is I'm a whore. But even I've learned to have, it used to be not that way, but I learned to have limitations and standards to myself. I don't fuck anything like any woman that moves anymore. I have to have a connection with you emotionally or mentally, primarily mentally, before we do anything regarding sexual or romantic aspects of everything. But again, I don't see that much wrong with it. Now, again, I'm a man. I am not, but I've even seen this from other women who are defending Jonah Hill. Now, again, is there things in there that I don't agree with? Yeah. But the majority of the things I do agree with regarding this. Like, honestly, asking for your partner to have boundaries with your with male friends or female friends or whatever. That is a part of trust. And if you break that trust, because I've always said communication, trust are some of the most important things in a relationship. And if you cannot have either of those things, let alone like both, then your relationship is not going to last. Your relationship is going to go down the drain. And again, as somebody who has been in that environment where I could have female friends, and this is not one particular relationship. There's a few that I've had this, or I can't do things that make me happy that are not like overly eccentric or overly, it's not like I'm going out every night drinking and partying. I'm not going out and fucking with a bunch of girls and fucking just going down like take a tour on the town, all that good stuff. Like, I couldn't even go to the library without thinking that I was cheating on somebody. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. There are men who are like that with their women, and that's unfortunate. But again, you have to have boundaries. You have to have trust. You have to have communication to make a relationship work. And if you cannot agree to those boundaries, and if they are so gung-ho, like they cannot be negotiable and compromise, then find somebody else who will be able to agree to those terms. There's people out there that will do. There are people out there that will fucking, like, I've heard, like, kinks, for example. There's kinks of grown-ass men wanting to be in diapers and all that other stuff. If you're looking for somebody like that, chances are you'll find somebody eventually. It may take time, but you'll find somebody eventually. There's a difference between a whore and a nymphomaniac. A whore just like to get fucked or fuck someone. A nymphomaniac cannot control themselves or their behaviors. Yeah, like, for example, you can't, like, you go to work and you can't fucking control your hand from jerking off. Let's see. Nor their behaviors, in other words, raping. Again, regarding those texts, I did not see anything decisively wrong with them. And again, is he a misogynist? That's the word that's been thrown around a lot. That's been the main word that's been thrown around a lot. No. And again, as I've pointed out, why did it take 2 years for this to come out? I never understand these things. I never understand why, like, what Sean's like, yeah. Like, I never understand this. Like, I get it maybe in a different time where, hello, Brian, how you doing, man? I can't stop them, but damn it, I will clown anyone who has a diet profession. I get that. Like, I never understand why it takes somebody, if it was like a different decade, different time, okay? All right, fair enough. Maybe it was a lot different in the 80s or 70s or 90s, what have you. But we've been living in the era of, like, the Me Too movement for over either almost a decade or over a decade at this point. Now, to me personally, the Me Too movement has been hurt since the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, and Amber Heard being a fucking flag bearer of the Me Too movement, but in all reality took advantage of that. We live in a world with that, with the hashtag speaking out, this, that, and again, it took somebody so long for this to happen and I just feel like it's situations like this. And again, like, we don't fully know what is going on behind the scenes. All we know is what we've been seeing. And again, we've heard a lot of different opinions of this. We've heard a lot of different opinions and a lot of different hearsay and all this other stuff. And the fact remains, like I'm going to be looking right now. So this is from BuzzFeed. This is on, let's see. I'm trying to see. My internet's acting up a little bit. Bear with me real quick. That's unfortunate, Brian, but don't worry. You'll be able to get through with it. Let's see. After feeling gaslighted, this was from 13 hours ago. This is on BuzzFeed News. Let's see. Sarah privately sent her a screenshot of one of their past conversations to back up her claims that he denied. He allegedly responded by calling the screenshot a huge triggering violation and a breach of trust. All right. So Warren told the girls, if your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Love y'all. Call me if you need it. So what she said. All right. So the screen is a picture of thing respect. However, you want to live your life. You only get one. Sort of done explaining myself. 3, removed, not the video yet. It is my best survey video. Would you feel better if the cover frame was different? Any more specific ones that bother you? Yes, one that isn't of your ass in a thong. Not a thong, but okay. Okay. Again, we are dealing with a man who has insecurities. That cannot be denied. That cannot be denied here. And let's look at the picture itself. I'm going to look at the picture, and we're going to see. Okay, so this is the picture. Now, it is a suit. It is not, in technical terms, a thong, but it is like a bodysuit that is going up her asshole, where it's like, her ass cheeks are out showing. So to be fair, it is not a thong, but it does basically show enough to where it could resemble a thong. I'm just going to be 100% honest with this. Now, let's see. This is her explaining why she decided to share these texts on Instagram. Keeping it to myself was causing more damage to my mental health than sharing it could ever do. All right. And on Monday, she returned to her social media page as specified as she purposely waited until Jonah's girlfriend, Olivia Miller, had given birth to their baby so as not to cause undue stress while Olivia is pregnant. Okay. I honestly, I get the pregnancy thing, but again, I'm gonna be honest here. As a human race, we all make mistakes. Is he insecure, especially during that period? Yes. Did he seem controlling at times? Yes. But just to wait until the pregnancy is done and do it afterwards, when maybe you could have done this after the fact. Again, we are in a different time nowadays where it is supposed to be empowering to reveal certain things. And this was a relationship that was 10 years ago. It's a relationship not that long ago, a couple of years. So again, her whole explanation of why she waited this long and all that, to me, is, in my opinion, bullshit. She also shared some more screenshots to add extra context to the situation, including insight into messages that she sent to her inner circle that suggests she had remained good friends with Jonah for 6 months after they split. Okay? All right. He kept me on as a close emotional confidant after the breakup, was texting me on July 13th, 2022, visited me in my apartment in my hometown early August 2022, and then waited till a week after I moved to Hawaii for law school to send me a text being like, by the way, I'm in a new relationship, she added. And I asked him to make a list of needs too, but I think his list ended up being like 5 rules for me, not anything that he needed the freedom to do in his life himself. Like, his list of needs was not a list of needs. Let's see, it was a list of expectations and rules for me. When we ended it, it's because we couldn't agree on it's because we couldn't agree on that. And then I stayed friends with him for the next 6 months. And then he just kept chalking up our breakup to us being in different places in life, when that's bullshit. That's not the main reason it wasn't working. So he kept me on As a close emotional confidant after the breakup. And okay, I already read that. In an alleged exchange from less than a year ago, Jonah can be seen asking if Sarah is around for a catch-up. A text that is dated August 30th, 2022, then reads, I know I don't need to, but in the spirit of pure respect to our friendship and appreciation for each other, I did want to be transparent that I did start dating someone recently. I'm sorry if that's painful. It just happened. I didn't want to not be transparent with you ever, as I care about you. All right. And then she put, thanks for letting me know. Probably best if we don't talk for a while and you figure out where that's heading. Later that same day, Sarah shared paparazzi photos of Jonah kissing Olivia on the beach, with Olivia being mistakenly identified as Sarah. At the time, she said alongside the picture, impressive turnaround time, by the way, before asking Jonah to tell his publicist that it isn't her that he is kissing. Following day, on August 31st, 2022, Sarah texts, not that it's really my business, but out my own personal chicks before dicks code. If that's heading anywhere, then hook up or fling. I'd appreciate if you make that woman aware of how recently you've been flirting with me, sexting me, and leaning on me for partner level emotional support. But I'm sorry, what? Jonah appeared to react to this message with a thumbs down emoji before Ryan. I'm sorry, what? I've been there for you as a friend, which I made that very clear. Let's see. And not only is it not your business, as I only mentioned it to you out of respect and friendship, which I could see, but I have not been flirting with you or sexting you in any way where it would be inappropriate at this time to start dating someone. And if anything, I have felt for your change and tried to be a good and supportive friend as you transition to a scary new environment. And to be crystal clear, I have not flirted or sexted with you in any way, shape, or form in months, and went to say goodbye to you as a super kind gesture that you seem to have appreciated, but it was kind. All right, it was kind. All right. And not only, okay, so you saw all that. Let's see. Layer text, tell Sarah don't ruin all the kindness and you're better than that. Waiting for this to load. Let me, damn it. All right, let me check on the thing real quick just to be on the safe side. Make sure everything is good on the chat. All right, just make sure. All right. All right. Later, okay, let me make sure. Okay, so later text tell Sarah don't ruin all. Okay, so I read that. I'm sorry if it's upsetting that I would have moved on at all 6 months later, but I've handled you, and I, with the utmost love and respect. Thanks, don't ruin all the kindness. You're better than that. Blah, blah. Never really seen it as scary. Okay. Sarah is then seen privately sharing a screenshot of a censored, not safe word message that was seemingly sent by Jonah Hill just a few weeks earlier. She has circled date on the text. All right, whatever helps you get through the day, got to focus on mine. Adios. New side of you, Sarah. I cared about you and we will always be friends, as I have been. Yes, we sexted 2 months ago. All right, let's see. Okay, so here's some more stuff. Screenshotting intimate text between us is a huge triggering violation for me and breach of trust as a friend. As I have explained to you about breaches of trust I have had between trusting friends recently that have caused me trauma. I am incredibly hurt and feel a lack of safety where I have always trusted you. I'm sorry if a former partner is moving on. It's painful, and I empathize with that, but I have done nothing wrong. And let's see. And I empathize with that, but I've done nothing wrong. And if I wasn't a public person, I wouldn't have faced this kind of violation, and having shared that with you and then watching you be like this totally showers my ability to trust anybody even further. I have always shown you kindness and support. All right, here's some more stuff. I have nothing to hide, but I'm still entitled to safety and privacy, just like you or anyone else is. That is true. I thought you'd understand and honor that. This has really shattered my sense of faith in that you were a human I could trust. I thought we would always be friends, Sarah. I've done nothing wrong. I'm sorry if you're bummed, but this line of texting today has really deeply let me down and broken my trust as a friend. I'm just showing you your only text as a friend. Can you put yourself in my shoes for a second, how I might feel gaslighted by your behavior and communication? I'm happy to speak on the phone, but no. All right. Now let's take a break for a moment. So if they were sexting beforehand, before he got in the relationship with Olivia, I will be honest, again, from my own personal experience, I've sexted with exes, like or flings or whatever, maybe even a couple of days before I go into a relationship. Because again, I'm single, the other party's single. Sometimes things like this just happen out of nowhere. You never know when you're going to fall in love, or you never know when you're going to find your significant other, all that good stuff. So again, to be fair, like in my opinion, at the beginning, he doesn't need to tell, oh yeah, I was just sexting an ex of mine like 2 days before I got started dating you or going in a relationship with you. You know, if it was continuing after the relationship started, then okay, because you're basically cheating on her at that point. So from that perspective, yeah, okay, fair point. Hey, what's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? If he is doing this while he's with somebody, okay, then fair. Fair, because then she should know about it. But if you are just fucking saying, if let's say Monday, let's say you get in a relationship with somebody on Thursday. On Monday, you message an ex, whether it's an ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-fling, whatever. You're like, hey, baby, I want to be inside you again. Or send a picture, like, as long as it's solicited, of course. Send a solicited picture of your dick or her vag or whatever the fuck, right? You want to do all that, okay, with somebody like that, or just some random chick you're talking to, then fine. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like if I do that on Monday and I get in a relationship with a girl on Thursday, I need to tell her, hey, I just sent a chick an ex-fling of mine that I fooled around for a little bit, a picture of my dick on Monday. You know, like, we're just getting a relationship. I just want to let you know that I just did that. I don't really see the need to just be like, hey, you got to tell her this right off the bat. Yes, if you want to be honest, be like, hey, in the past, I wasn't the best boyfriend or husband. I'm learning from it. I'm improving, you know, that type of stuff. You want to, like, that type of stuff, I could feel the need to being transparent on, being honest about that. And again, you're not lying to them in that way, because if you're doing something single, or example, I'll throw another example. If you fuck a chick on Monday and they get in a relationship on Thursday, you don't need to you don't need to automatically, unless you maybe have a disease or something, or didn't have, or maybe get her knocked up or something, then yeah, you may need to tell her that, because you may have don't want to get her a disease or get her or let her know that, hey, I just got chick knocked up. I need to tell you so that way, you know, I'm going to be a dad in a couple or in 9 months, what have you. But like if you're just fucking a chick on Monday and then you get in a relationship with a different chick on Thursday, again, you are single. You are free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And if you want to tell about like past relationships within time, that's fine. They may want like partners want to know how you were before. Like what's going to be different with this one? Okay, fair enough. But again, well, yeah, I just picked Thursday just out of the blue. Thursday. So, and cheap plug. Check out the Rant and Rave podcast every Thursday. Just to add that. You get a relationship with a chick after you get laid on Monday from another chick and watch Rant and Rave with your significant other. There you go. There's some good promotion there. All right, let's continue. And again, reading these texts, I still don't think he's a misogynist. Again, that has been the main point of this whole thing with all this discussion. Is Jonah Hill a misogynist? I think not. Again, like I have opinions on women. I've been open and honest about that. I've had opinions on Amber Heard, my own past experiences, what have you. I may have a detest of certain traits by women, but to be a misogynist means you hate women. You don't like it's like MGTOW, all that stuff. Again, and I have some friends in the MGTOW community. Shout out to Hidden. Your belief is your belief in that perspective. But my point is that, again, I truly, upon reading, and I'm still reading, upon reading everything that I've read so far, doesn't tell me he's a misogynist. And honestly, and again, I do still, reading these messages, I still believe people are overreacting. Let's continue. I should have named, I should have like a series called Who's Getting Canceled Next? Because that honestly is what I see. I don't see like, and honestly, again, do I think Jonah Hill should be canceled? No. I don't think he should be canceled. I like Jonah Hill. I like him as an actor, and like I said, nothing I've seen so far tells me that he should be canceled or that he's a misogynist. Everybody should have boundaries. Everybody should have like not so to say rules, but things they want from their significant other. Like hell, for example, I like, and before anybody takes this the wrong way, when I'm with a woman, sometimes I like to have anal with her, and do that. But not every girl is going to be into anal. So, is that a requirement from me? Is that something I need to that I'm like, oh, you must let me fuck you in the ass or I'm fucking leaving you? No. I'm not going to fucking do that over that. There's probably only a handful of women I've ever been with that are into anal compared to the other women. My last relationship, she was not into it. Did I break up with her over it? Did I belittle her over that? No. So, again, let's continue. All right. So you say, okay, so this is coming from Jonah Hill again. So to say you feel gaslight when I was being nice is absurd. You're hurt that I kissed someone and I'm beginning to date. Fair. Okay. You have not been gaslit. You have been treated, in fact, incredibly, both emotionally and financially. So there's literally no winning for me. As someone who claims to care about me, I would think, and this was from August 31st, 2022. As someone who claims to care about me, I would think, now mind you, all these messages, why weren't they shown back then? Why weren't they shown back then? It's another point I want to add. Show them now, but not show them back then when it was fresh and it could have been possibly damning then. Before Olivia got pregnant. I would think you would have seen my effort and not go and immediately victimize yourself. It sucks to see that. I wish you didn't have to. It sucks. They said your name. The media is trash. I agree. They have all but ruined my life, but to say I haven't been awesome is absurd. I didn't expect this from you, Sarah. Call me if you need to talk today. After today, I can't keep holding on to this absurdity. I've given you 6 months of love, care, compassion, post-breakup. No good deed goes unpunished. Yeah, you're right there. Even you want to abuse my fame to victimize yourself when you've been cared for, loved. We haven't had sex. I've taken care of you financially and been an incredible friend. Okay? Let's keep going. Sarah claims Jonah made financial promises to her because of the work opportunities that she turned down at his request. All right, let's go. Fucking internet. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, she misdid the thing. Let's see. You have been kind and supportive and also in need of my support, and that's confusing to me as to where we stand. This is why I use the word gaslight. I am not saying it's intentional. I am feeling, well, saying that now, I am feeling really shocked and confused right now, wondering how soon before you met me, you were still talking to Gianna. 5 months ago, we were in escrow here. You wanted to put a ring on my finger and put a baby in me ASAP. And we've kept in pretty close, intimate communication since then. Sad to hear you feel used by me. I feel used by you too. I feel like an idiot for believing that the future we were planning was real and for adjusting my life in ways that accommodated your insecurities and jealousy. And codependent, anxious, avoidant attachment style, and which left me in a less... Sorry, I'm scrolling down as fast as I can. Which left me in a less financially independent and less mentally. I'm going to be honest here. They weren't married. They weren't in any type of agreement regarding finances. And if he did give her money, he did more than he had to. I'm just going to be openly honest here. He didn't have to give her any money or support her financially. They didn't have kids together. They didn't have, as far as I'm concerned, they didn't have a real estate together. You know, they didn't have anything that would lock them down to where he would have to be. So, again, now him saying that he wants to put a ring on her finger and put a baby in her, a lot could change in a couple of months between those times. You feel in love with the person. You want to envision your life with that person. And sometimes your ideologies change. And that's just a fact. One moment you could be wanting to marry her and fucking put a fucking baby in her, or marry the dude and have them put a baby in you, whatever. You know, you want like, and then a little bit later, you may think things differently. You may be in a different mindset. Hell, you could be on drugs. You could be on fucking alcohol. It's like, again, there's so many different variants of how someone could change in time. So, all right. Okay, I see. Okay, so we went to less mentally well position than I would have been if I had never met you. I feel years in other emotional ways I can get into on the phone. You've been leaning on me for support with your own personal stuff that has nothing to do with me as very recently stuff that doesn't really make sense to share with an ex you're trying to detach from. So you can be ready to meet someone new and so that you give that ex the respect of a little time and clarity before you move on. I'm not trying to victimize myself. Honestly, it feels like she is, in my humble opinion. I'm just a person with feelings. I always felt like I had to be the emotional rock in our relationship. And now that we're not together, I get to be a full human with a full spectrum of emotions again. It's liberating. I think you're doing a lot of projecting with these texts right now. Gotta go. Need to finish this. Okay. So let's see. See if there's anything else before I guess I give a final verdict. And then if anybody wants to come in and give their thoughts on it, then they're more happy to do so. More than happy to do so. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's see. How do you think I feel over here? Thinking there was still hope for us, saving room in my heart for you, not able to make room for anyone else. In my opinion, that's I've been there. I've done that, and that's not a good way of doing things. Always gotta leave yourself open, especially in times where you are not with somebody. Being a solid emotional support to you the past 5 months, like a fucking idiot, doing that completely unaware you're in emotional headspace to even be able to date people. Stupid me once again, blinded by my love for you, putting up with things I shouldn't. There are so many insulting and incorrect things said in that paragraph. I will just choose to not get into or debate. I don't want to debate. You're someone I care about and did want a family with, and was shattered when your behavior showed you weren't able to do that now. I didn't hate you for it. I was shattered because it was all I wanted, but I didn't hate you. Let's see. I try to remain close as a testament to my care and love. Let's see. All right, so let's continue. Let's see. I'd given some thought, and I really understand that you're hurt and upset by your former partner moving on, dating somebody, or let's see. Former partner moving on, dating, and having your name a part of that. That must suck. Us being cool is really important to me, and in that, I don't want to receive these angry messages. Let's just both chill and remember that we care about each other and had something special and beautiful that we are both thankful for. OMG, I love when you tell me how I feel instead of allowing me to express my feelings. But I am slightly impressed by the rest of the things you said in this message. So, okay, cool. We could be chill for now. I hear you. And if I didn't create good enough, let's see, ex-friends. All right, let's continue. Let me see the messages right now. Okay. Well, I was gonna say, Brian, I usually don't let you in these things, so I'm just gonna be upfront with you, man. No disrespect, but that's just how it's gonna be. The woman who lets you do anal will shout at you the next day, claiming you put it in the wrong hole. Let's see. All right, let's continue. Also, with this last conversation, I put up that all went down August 31st of last year. I didn't want to crop any parts out just because I could make me look bad because I got upset, if that makes any sense. There were parts of that conversation I felt I really wanted out there, but I didn't want to risk being accused of taking the text out of context, kind of just dumping his, in my words, up there for people to make. Let's see. It may seem as if I'm sharing a lot, but you have no idea how much more there is, which I'm choosing to not share out of consideration for him and his family. Look at the damage you've basically already caused with this. you're throwing gasoline to the fire. Just, I would say, keep going. Otherwise, honestly, and again, this may sound bad, but shut the fuck up. You've already shown all these fucking things and just saying how he is and all sort of stuff. Okay, so that's everything. Okay. All right, so we're at the point of that, and I'm gonna put the link out. I'll give people about 9 minutes to want to come in, and if they don't come, or about 8 minutes if they want to come in. If they don't come in at the 1 hour mark, I'm gonna end it. But I'm gonna give my thoughts of this in the meantime. So after reading everything, after seeing everything that has been said currently, because that whole article was, I believe, 13 hours ago. All right. With all that being said, is Jonah Hill a misogynist for the last time? No. In my opinion, no. Is he insecure? Yes. He's very insecure. Does he have jealousy issues? Yes. Does he have trust issues? Yes. Those are things that like, especially the things I said about him being insecure, those are things that cannot be disputed. Should he be canceled for all this? No. Unless there is more damning information that shows that he fucking raped her, did something like that, or something heinous, I don't think he should be canceled. I honestly, in my humble opinion, once again, think that people are fucking overreacting over nothing and looking for an excuse. Like I've said before, every fucking week it is who should get canceled this week, who should get canceled that week, what have you. In my humble opinion, I don't think there was nothing incredibly wrong with what was said. Again, if anybody does come in when we hit the hour mark, that's when I'm going to end it. I'm not planning on going live for too long today. I do my best to try to keep these less than like an hour or less. It's one day I've learned from the Exiled Outcast and Exiled Entertainment. By the way, tomorrow we have an Exiled Entertainment talk about Terrifier. So FYI on that. But so, like I said, unless we see more damning information, I don't think he should be canceled. I think people are overreacting. And again, I just think people are looking for somebody to cancel just for the sake of it. Now, where does this go? What happens? I don't know. Again, how overly sensitive people are nowadays. How trigger happy they are. Instead of innocent until proven guilty, guilty until proven innocent. Again, what I've seen is nothing that can lead to anything incriminating. Legal problems, I don't think so either. As far as maybe from Jonah Hill's side, where he decides to sue her, that could be something. But as far as anything else, I don't think anything is going to happen. And plus, this has been a very divisive topic. It's not just let's put Jonah's head on a stick and burn the corpse, whatever. So I don't see any of that in that nature. It's been let's see. Honestly, there is nothing that he should be innocent or guilty of in this regard. Like, honestly, again, is he guilty of having insecurities? Yes. Is he guilty of being at times controlling? Yes. But some of these things, if I'm being perfectly honest, is totally fine. Like him sexting his ex, if they're sexting back and forth, and then he decides to get in a relationship in a couple of days, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see the need for him just to blatantly tell his new girlfriend of that, unless it was something that could possibly impact their relationship. Like if he got her pregnant, if he had sex with her, got her pregnant, got an STD, what have you. I think, again, for the final record, I think this is blown out proportion, and it's just people's excuse to find something to bitch about. Again, did he rape her? No. As far as we know. Again, as far as we know. Did he physically abuse her? As far as we know, no. Mentally abused? There is some aspects that could be shown, but again, we don't know the full context. We don't know if it was a mutual. Like I've said this in a past relationship, I won't say which one. I was mentally abusive to someone. To be fair as well, that individual was also mentally abusive. I could just say, I was that way because she was like that. But instead, I'm just holding myself accountable, saying, yeah, I was mentally abusive. I can't make an excuse for that. So we don't know everything that is going on behind the scenes. We don't know if it is a mutual abuse mentally. We don't know. We really don't know. So final verdict, I don't think he should be canceled. I don't think, honestly, he's doing anything quite wrong. And I don't think, and again, I don't think that, and the undeniable truth is that he is a very insecure individual. Maybe not now, but back then he was. He was a very jealous individual, it seemed. Those are things that cannot be disputed. So if he's guilty of anything, being very insecure and jealous, those are not a crime to be charged or to cancel somebody, in my humble opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. So let me know, guys, I'm going to end it here. Let me know, guys, what you think of this. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Be respectful. That's all I ask. If you want debate, I'm up for it. But again, be respectful. I will show you the same. Check out my short that I just posted not that long ago, my reaction of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. And as well, check out the Exiled Entertainment tomorrow, where we are going to be talking about Terrifier in honor of it being released in theaters for the first time in 1 week. So with that, guys, y'all take care. I will catch you all next time. And I will thank everybody for being in the chat, giving your thoughts, and putting some jokes and all that good stuff. I appreciate you. So with that, y'all take care, and ta-ta for now. Take care, guys.